Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through research and expert advice to give you the clearest, most useful insights fast. And today we're really focusing on something specific and super important for any young athlete aiming high.
Yeah, especially we understand for someone like you listening, maybe you're around 14, you love volleyball, and you're thinking, how can I get better this week at home without needing a ton of fancy equipment?
Exactly. So our mission today is to pull out the best bits from coaching guides and training wisdom to give you, well, real, actionable steps.
It's not just about practicing, it's about really preparing to win.
Right, like that famous Bobby Knight quote. The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It is the will to prepare to win that is important.
And a huge chunk of that preparation, especially for skills, happens on your own time. Just you, maybe a ball, and the drive to improve.
It's about earning it, right? Off the court.
Totally. True improvement isn't instant. It's built consistently, day by day, little by little, especially when no one's watching.
So let's dig into that mindset first. This idea of being an elite at-home athlete. What's the core philosophy?
It really boils down to continuous improvement, just aiming to be, better today than yesterday. That's perfect for solo practice.
And you mentioned focusing on process goals, not just outcomes. How does that work?
Well, instead of just, I want to make the team, which isn't totally in your control, you set goals like, I'm going to do 30 minutes of focused wall passing 3 times this week.
Okay. Something you can actually do.
Exactly. Or even, I'll focus on positive self-talk after I make a mistake in my drills. Those things are earned through your effort. They build real solid confidence.
That makes sense. And it connects to valuing practice time, right? Not just seeing it as a chore before the game.
Absolutely. Great coaches emphasize loving practice just as much as matches. That's where the learning happens. The only difference should be your uniform, ideally.
So for solo training, it's less about the hours logged and more about the mental effort.
Precisely. Are you truly engaged? Are you focused on improving with each repetition, even if it's just you and a wall? That concentration, that deliberate effort, that's the game changer.
Okay, mindset established. Let's turn that into action. You're at home, limited space, maybe just a ball. How do you work on skills? Where do you even start?
Well, interestingly, some research points out that foundational movement skills, just basic running, jumping, body awareness, sometimes get overlooked. So start there. What can your body do?
Before even touching the ball.
Before you get into intense drills, yes. Always start with a dynamic warm-up. Get the blood flowing, wake up the muscles. Think leg swings, arm circles, maybe some light cardio like jumping jacks.
Okay.
And specific dynamic stretches like gently pulling your heel towards your glute for the quad stretch or hinging at the hips for a hamstring stretch. Controlled movements, we can link some good examples in the show notes.
Good idea. And maybe some balance work too.
Definitely. Just balancing on one leg, engaging your core. Maybe try closing your eyes for a challenge, build stability.
Yeah.
Super important in volleyball.
Okay, warm-up done, muscles ready. How do we adapt those complex court skills, passing, setting, hitting for home?
The golden rule is practice like you play, even solo. So for passing and setting, that classic pepper drill, you can do it into wall.
The wall is your partner.
Yep. Pass against the wall, it comes back, set it to yourself, pass it again. Focus on quick feet, quick reactions, soft hands absorbing the ball.
And you mentioned communicating, even alone.
Yeah. Call the ball mine. Got it. It feels weird at first, but it builds the habit, makes it automatic in a game.
Okay, I can see that. What about serving? No net, no full court distance?
You can still perfect the mechanics, focus on your toss consistency, your arm swing motion, your approach steps if you have space. Practice the whole sequence.
So the physical motion.
And the mental part, too. Really concentrate on your routine, stay calm, and vividly visualize the perfect serve. See it landing exactly where you want it. That mental rep is incredibly valuable.
Makes sense. Hitting and attacking seems trickier without a net or someone setting you.
Right, you're not blasting balls at home, but the approach, that's huge. You can absolutely refine your footwork. Work on that explosive first step, the smooth transition, the jump sequence, over and over. You don't need a ball for that.
Just the footwork pattern.
Exactly. And the arm swing, too. Practice the full motion, feeling the whip and the follow-through. Perfecting the mechanics without even hitting a ball.
Okay, that's clever. How about blocking? That feels very net dependent.
Again, focus on what you can control. Footwork. Practice moving laterally, quick shuffles, crossover steps along an imaginary net line.
Okay.
Timing. Practice your jump timing. Explode upwards as if meeting the ball at its peak. Handwork. Spread those fingers wide, reach high, and practice penetrating that imaginary net, getting your hands over.
And eyes.
Crucial.
Yeah.
Focus your eyes intensely, track an imaginary ball, watch the imaginary hitter's arm, train your eyes to lead your block.
Defensive skills seem like they'd translate well to solo wall work.
They really do. Practice staying low, light on your feet, ready to move any direction, work on your defensive posture.
Like receiving a hard hit.
Exactly. Practice that platform arms together, angled right. You can even toss the ball against the wall and react quickly to dig it. Make it unpredictable.
So throw it, react, reset.
Yep. React, play the ball, then immediately get back into your ready position. Quick recovery is key in defense.
This is great practical stuff. But becoming well-rounded isn't just drills, is it? Our sources kept bringing up mental toughness.
Oh, it's huge. Just as important as the physical side. You need to actively train your focus, your concentration, your ability to handle pressure.
And resilience. Bouncing back from mistakes.
Vital. See errors not as failures, but as information. What can you learn? How can you adjust? That's growth. Positive self-talk helps here, telling yourself, okay, next ball, not dwelling on the mistake. Visualization, too, seeing yourself succeed.
Beyond the mind, there's the body itself, nutrition, general well-being. That affects everything.
Massively. Let's start with hydration. Sounds basic, but even slight dehydration can slow your reaction time, which is critical in volleyball.
So keep sipping water.
Throughout the day, yeah. Especially before, during, and after practice. And maybe think about your water bottle. BPA-free plastic, stainless steel, glass are good options. And clean it often. Little things matter.
Good tip. And food. What should you focus on?
Aim for balanced meals. Lots of fruits and veggies, think half your plate. Then maybe a quarter lean protein, chicken, fish, beans, and a quarter whole grains, brown rice, whole wheat bread. Healthy fats, too, like avocado or nuts.
What about timing around practice?
Ideally, eat a proper meal 2-3 hours before you train. If you're short on time, a smaller, easy-to-digest snack maybe 30-60 minutes before is okay.
And how you eat matters too.
Mindful eating. Slow down, actually taste your food, pay attention to when you feel hungry and full. Minimize distractions like screens. It helps digestion and appreciation.
This all ties into self-awareness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Knowing yourself, setting goals.
Totally. You need to understand your strengths, yes, but also your weaknesses. Where do you need to improve? Reflect on your practices. What felt good? What was challenging?
And set specific goals for these home sessions.
Definitely. Not just get better at passing. Make it measurable, like get 15 consecutive passes against the wall, then track it, write it down. Seeing progress, even small wins, is incredibly motivating.
There's also a sense of responsibility, even training alone, respecting the process.
Yeah, things like keeping a neat appearance for practice, controlling your hair so it's not in your eyes, taking off jewelry. It sounds small, but it's about discipline, professionalism, preparing yourself mentally for that higher level.
Okay, so we have the mindset, the drills, the well-being aspects. How do you pull this all together into that one-week program our listener asked about?
The key is consistency. Doing something regularly, even if it's shorter sessions, is better than one huge workout. Build the habit.
And make it deliberate practice.
Yes. Focus. Target specific skills. Refine technique through repetition. Quality reps, not just quantity.
Don't forget rest, right?
Absolutely crucial. Balance the work with recovery. Listen to your body. If you're feeling worn down, maybe it's a lighter day or a rest day. Pushing through pain leads to injury.
And flexibility work.
Incorporate stretching into your cooldown. Helps with muscle recovery, reduces soreness, maintains range of motion, which helps prevent injuries.
Finally, be ready to adjust.
Yeah, this isn't set in stone. It's your program. See what works. If a drill feels too easy, make it harder. If you're struggling with something, spend more time on it. Monitor your progress and adapt.
An ongoing learning process.
Exactly. About volleyball and about yourself.
So let's wrap this up. We've basically laid out a framework for you to seriously boost your game from home using minimal gear.
Focusing on mindset, skills, well-being, and structure.
And remember, the discipline, the goal setting, the resilience you build doing this, that stuff goes way beyond the volleyball court. It helps you everywhere in life.
Truly transferable skills.
So here's the final thought. If the real goal is preparing to win, like Coach Knight said, what's the one small, consistent thing you will do today when nobody's watching to be better than you were yesterday?
That's the question to take with you.